knockout. Tonight, making his welterweight debut, ladies and gentlemen, here is the current world-ranked contender and the former WBA super lightweight champion of the world, introducing El Azteca, Barrios. And his opponent ready to fight across the ring in the blue corner, wearing white trunks with red and blue trim, fighting out of Clearwater, Florida. He weighed in at a trim and ready 145 1/2 pounds. With a record of 29 wins and 1 loss, he has 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making his anticipated return to the ring, ladies and gentlemen, here is the hard-hitting world-ranked contender and the former unified welterweight champion of the world, introducing Keith one-time Thurman. And referee in charge now to give instructions, Kenny Bayless.
Okay, fellas, trunks are good on both sides. Gentlemen, I went over the rules in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck to both of you. Touch them up.
We're going to learn a lot in this first round. Keith Thurman has been out of the ring for over 2.5 years. Says he feels better at 33 than he did at 31, but you still have to wonder what's left in his energy, what's left in his legs. Frequently in the mid-30s, you have a welterweight, hands are fast, feet are no longer fast. Keith Thurman was always able to move around the ring. Joe, what are you looking for in round one?
Well, number one, just to respond to that, he's got plenty left. Look at him. I mean, he's an athlete, man. Keith Thurman is an athlete. I expect a lot from him tonight. And Mario Barrios better be worried about the power in the first round or second round from Keith Thurman.
Underway here in round number one. Again, you can see the size discrepancy. Barrios, even though he's moving up in weight, is the taller man.
Yeah, he is the taller man. He's taking it easy right now. But I was actually surprised how Keith Thurman came out. He came out really serious. He came out putting him under a little pressure and showing him that he's going to be in front of his face.
Keith has been fighting heavier guys his whole life. Barrios is just coming up from 140. It's the first time he's fought at 47. You know, I got to think that Keith Thurman's punch is going to be heavier, and it may affect Barrios more than somebody that wasn't coming up from 140. Right?
He's always been a strong welterweight, Joe, no question. Right hand there from Thurman off a hook. He's always been very active. I just pointed out because if you remember remember Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley?
Yeah.
They fought twice. First fight, fast hands, fast feet. Second fight, fast hands, no feet. So sometimes you're just not moving the same way, and Thurman always was able to maneuver around the ring. He had to maneuver a lot when he fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. I wonder if he has that in him tonight.
It certainly looks like it. I don't see any signs of that. I mean, right now I see, you know, laser-like concentration from him and a nice bounce to his feet. His body looks great from top to bottom. I don't see any flaws yet, I can tell you that. On the other hand, Barrios is a smart fighter. He's a very accurate puncher. He's got a good variety of punches. And he may be growing into this welterweight division. This is a tough guy to pick on for your first fight at 47.
No question, right? A great opportunity to fight Keith Thurman. And two good body shots there landed from Barrios before. Able to take advantage. Again, he's got a good repertoire. And he's got knockouts through his career, Joe, from different punches. Right hands, hooks. He's got his own power, but against smaller fighters.
Yep.
Body shot there by Barrios, able to get out of harm's way.
So I say he's a skilled guy. He's going to land his punches, no doubt about it. He's going to score. But how effective will his punch be against a bigger guy? And what happens when he gets hit too? Because they're both going to land eventually.
Final 30 seconds. Round number one. Keith Thurman starts to open it up with an uppercut and then a right hand. Good jab there from Barrios.
Yeah, Barrios is using his range well, and he's got longer arms, so that's important for him.
Now Thurman is up on his toes, moving. So he got touched at the very least. Final 5 seconds of the opening round and the return of the former welterweight champion. Let's go to Jordan Plant. Jordan?
Yeah, guys, something interesting here. I confirmed with the Nevada State Athletic Commission that both fighters have
out of it as they can, and they fight in 8-ounces. So the real rule of thumb is 147 and down, 8 ounces, 148 and up, 10 ounces. But they're wearing 10s because it is the law in Vegas if one fighter does not agree to wear 8 ounces.
You see the punches landed in favor of Keith Thurman in round number 1. Lennox, what did you think of the first round with Thurman? First round of action in over 2.5.
It was good. It was good. I didn't see no rust in the ring from Thurman. Didn't miss any shots. He seems pretty sharp. Is good on his feet. I would love him to move his head a little bit more. But, he's focused. When you focus, there's nothing that can break it unless you get hit.
Now, Thurman's starting to throw the left hook because he obviously sees something there. At the end of the first round, he threw a nice little, he scooted along the ropes and lured Barrios into a left hook there. And he jumped in with one this round, missed with it, but he sees something there with the left hook, and I think eventually his timing and his distance will come into play and he'll land it.
The first round of Thurman-Pacquiao, by the way, was a very busy round. Now that's, difference in fighters and styles. Pacquiao, you've got to have your motor revved up, ready to go. But yeah, Thurman was landing, and he lands a hook there on Barrios. He was landing straight right hands on Pacquiao before he got caught with a right hook and got dropped. But he was very busy in that opening round, much slower in this first round, although he's now finding the range on Barrios' pace.
Well, he's working the pace that he wants to. Pacquiao didn't let him work that pace. Pacquiao,
correct.
He came out of the chute like a bull, and he tries to impose his will on you, and he does it rather well. And he's pretty, he's gotten pretty good at it, Pacquiao. So, yeah,
starting to move Barrios back, right hand, and Barrios able to duck under that.
But this is what Thurman likes to do. He likes to study you, measure you, time you, figure you out.
I think he got caught with a hook on the way in there, too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He felt that when he got in there.
With that little left uppercut or jab?
Yeah, it snapped his head.
Yeah, it did. That was more like a jab or an up jab.
His head went up.
It did.
That's because he wasn't expecting it. And when you're not expecting it much,
that's right.
your head moves.
Yeah. See that left hook? He's looking to time that hook. He sees something, but although Barrios keeps his right hand up very solidly.
He needs to get closer before throwing that left hook. So
hook landed by Thurman. No question. Look, Barrios is fundamentally sound, but that hook got through, and that was fast from Keith Thurman.
You've got to remember, Barrios is probably one of the taller guys that Thurman's fought in years.
Yep. Right hand from Mario Barrios landing there, but you see the punch stats wide in favor of Keith Thurman. Final 10 seconds, round number 2. Again, big opportunity for Mario Barrios. Coming up, his first pro loss, taking a shot at 147, moving up in weight. Welterweight champion of the world, and off to a good start against Mario Barrios, but Barrios has had his moments in this fight as well.
Yeah, Barrios just threw some nice body shots and then came up the middle with the left uppercut and it landed. And that jab starting to land on Keith Thurman.
That jab just driving Thurman's head back as well. Able to move him. Again, Barrios against Batir Akhmedov. That was on the Spence Porter undercard. Was methodical, but then was able to drop Akhmedov with a double hook in the fourth.
But I got to tell you, Akhmedov, that was a wild fight. You got to remember.
It's a sturdy guy. Akhmedov was unbeaten coming in.
Yeah, Barrios' face showed the effects of that fight. Of course, it was a very strong left-hander, and Barrios eventually dropped him in the last. What was it? The last round, I think. Brian, I think it was the 12th round.
No, it was earlier on. It was in the 4th, where he dropped him with the hook.
No, but he also dropped him one more time late.
I believe.
Yeah.
And here a hook landed from Thurman. Able to move his head. Lennox, I would figure, just to be able to get the timing down of that. Like, all right, here comes a jab. I got to slip that.
Hey,
it's easy to say in the gym. It's a little harder coming out here.
No, he's been slipping a lot of punches lately, and he's looking good doing it. So I don't see no rust there. If he was getting hit, then there would be a little rust there. He got hit with a couple of punches. You can see it kind of messed up his face a little bit, but other than that, he's not getting hit. Oh,
there it is. That's
Barrios.
Left hook.
Yeah.
Out of the body.
Barrios did a little wobble there. He got caught.
Yep. That was a little temple shot, I think. He's, lost his equilibrium. And that's the thing about Keith Thurman. He's very cunning. Nice right hand by Barrios, but Thurman's cunning, and he's calculating, and he's got a high IQ in there.
And I said that he's got the patience too.
Yeah.
You know, he waits for that right time before he lets his punches go like there.
That hook landed from Thurman. Able to move in. Able to land his jab as well earlier. He's able to counter his shots and able to bend down low at the waist after landing his jab to the body.
Yeah, Thurman's physique didn't look this good when he fought Josecito Lopez or when he fought Pacquiao. He looks in dynamite shape right now.
Nice uppercut there by Barrios. Again, keeping his hands up tight, defensively sound. Thurman starting to take control. You see the punches landed now. 49-27, and in this round, 20-12 in favor of Keith Thurman.
Oh,
missed with that right hand. Some good quick shots in this round, and we'll go back and take a look at a few. See the effect of Keith Thurman. Barred a lot with Winky, right? When Winky was one of the best fighters in the world. In that Jim Good sharp combination there to open things up for Keith Thurman. You see the punches landed. 13-6, 17-9, 21-13, all in favor of Keith Thurman, outlanding Mario Barrios in each and every round.
That was a nice move by Thurman. He put a little jab step left and right, and then ended up on the left side of Barrios and landed a couple of nice shots.
I think that was a three-punch combination.
Yeah, he's feeling his oats right now. Don't you think, Lon?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Thurman able to land that right hand to the side of Barrios as well.
Barrios keeps his hands up nice and high, and you know, Keith Thurman's trainer was right, telling him to go to the body, then go to the head.
And that was a nice thing. See, that's what Barrios can do. He'll follow up that right hand off of, that was a nice left uppercut right hand.
Coming in, whacking with the right hand. That right hand landed. Barrios wobbled somewhat as he goes back to the center of the ring.
That was a beautiful combination by Keith Thurman. Barrios, maybe with this extra weight on, will take a better punch. You know, he's not so light. He's grown into this weight right now.
Keith Thurman looks strong, though, Joe, to your point. Again, he's not quite as active as he was, but able to throw hard combinations. That was his signature when he was the welterweight champ.
Let's face it, Barrios looks like a welterweight in there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, he does. Full 5'10", rangy with the shoulders again, but Keith Thurman, possibly 5'9", very muscular. Welterweight comes in and able to land the combination with the uppercut in the middle.
Yeah, that was a nice three-punch combination. Uppercut, right hand, left hook, and Thurman is just capable of doing that to you and doing it with a real snap on the punch. He can hurt you.
You know, again, he's been gone 2.5 years, which doesn't have to mean everything, but it doesn't mean nothing. You know what I mean, Lennox? Yeah. It is something. It's not like he's been fighting every 3 months, every 6 months. He's been gone a long time. So there are things you had to question and wonder. I know Sean Porter was talking about that yesterday. You had to see him in here before you believe it.
Yeah. No, look, nobody's going to deny that. It's just to what degree.
Oh!
Did he hurt?
Left hook.
Barrios is wobbled. Now he's on shaky feet. Another hook off the side of the head.
Keith Thurman's got 40 seconds left here. He's already hurt Barrios a couple times in this fight, and that was the one that was most effective and really showed Barrios really wobble. If he gets hit with another couple good ones.
And he drew blood on him as well, Joe. He's got that. He snaps up the head back on Barrios as well. Barrios is now taking a beating.
Yeah, Keith Thurman is definitely warmed up in this fight right now. It's the 4th round. This is where you started. You know, 2 years out of the ring. Now it's time. We can see the old Keith Thurman coming through right now.
I think he looks better than ever, to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you something. Barrios had a great outing in his last fight against Tank Davis. No such luck here with Keith Thurman. It's all Keith Thurman.
Let me have you, Bob. Tomorrow you got to quit going back. Get his nose. Get his nose. You got to quit going straight back, pulling up, okay? Yeah. Okay, how do you feel? Okay, did that punch bother you?
Wobble, but he never fell down.
5th round now. Keith Thurman able to hurt Barrios several times in that last 4th round. And has outlanded Mario Barrios 68-34. You can see that on the screen right there. But again, Thurman able to establish himself, throw hard leverage shots, and now back up on his toes.
Virgil Hunter, of course, Hall of Fame trainer, Andre Ward's former trainer, a amongst many others, encouraging Barrios, to don't let Thurman get ahead of him and get the ball rolling downhill on him. So, he's trying to...
He also told him not to back up, because every time he's backing up, he's getting hit.
Yes, quite a few things. But the bottom line is he sees that it was not a good round for Barrios last round, and he wants him to get back in the fight, and let's see if he can.
No question, Thurman able to impose his will. Look, we're seeing it a certain way. The punch stats are telling a certain story. Larry Hazard, how do you have it scored?
Hey, I got Thurman ahead 40-36. He's pitching the shutout. And look, Thurman, those 2.5 years seems to be what the doctor ordered. And he's very crafty, he's rangy, and he looks very comfortable in there. So I got him ahead. He's comfortably ahead.
Larry, thank you very much. And look, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Yordenis Ugas, there are big players at 147, and Keith Thurman with a win here tonight should be in that mix, the winner's bracket.
Nice left uppercut from Barrios. Like I said, he's got beautiful punches. He's really smooth with his combinations and very technically sound. I just think can he take the punch of Thurman over and over again tonight? And can he deliver something on Thurman that will get Thurman's respect and maybe hurt him as well?
There's blood coming from the nose of Mario Barrios. He got hurt hard on that. Hit to the body, hit to the head. As you see, there's blood on the side of his face, blood coming down from his nose. He's getting beaten down by Keith Thurman.
He did, but he turned around with ferocity and came back and tried to turn the tables on Thurman to no avail, but he showed the guts and the willpower to fight back.
Oh, he's very game.
He wanted to show that he's still in there and he can still throw punches. But that's what he has to do. He has to throw punches right now to get at Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman's throwing all the punches right now.
Trying with the combination to the body. Barrios moving in, right hand to the body as well. Got to be wary of that Keith Thurman hook. Hook from Keith Thurman again lands. Trying again with a little snap hook off the jab. A little feint and then that hook. Tries to the body. All Keith Thurman here through 5. Little combination edge with the hook.
Very accurate.
Thurman with an outstanding round. And we mentioned the welterweight division, which is probably still the best and the deepest in the sport. Errol Spence has 2 of the belts. That determined look. He is in a full lather right now as we get into round 6.
Keith Thurman's coming out like he wants to stop Barrios.
Yes. You start to get that feeling, Lennox, no question. That last round, it looked like he was getting close.
Yeah, he means business right now. He looks very, very focused.
Again, in training, Thurman said that at one point he did 800 sit-ups in a row. He sparred 15 rounds, which he'd never done before. So he felt inspired getting ready for his comeback fight. Barrios tries the combination. 800 sit-ups, Lennox, not over a period of 3 days. You know what I mean? Joe, give me a couple of days. I'll do that. But in one shot.
It's not easy.
Tries the counter right hand. Again, timing a big part of this.
Well, I think a lot of people could learn how to do 800 sit-ups, but the 15 rounds of sparring before the ring, now that's something to write home about.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Barrios moving forward, trying to push Thurman back again. Fundamentally sound. Has a good jab, keeps his hands up high, is defensively responsible. But Keith Thurman, a very good counter puncher, trying to counter with that hook.
Yeah. Barrios through the right hand. That's an old trick. Block the right hand, hook right off of it. I've had plenty of fighters use that. De La Hoya was really great at it, and so was Corrales. But his arms are a little short for the length of where Barrios is right now. He's going to have to be a little closer to have that counter hook work for him.
That's a good point, Joe, because remember, De La Hoya, when he was on the way up before he got to welterweight, was just much taller and longer than all those fighters. So that snap hook was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, if you touched him with the right hand on his forearm, he'd throw that hook off with your dead meat.
And you mentioned Chico Corrales, 6 feet tall at 135, right?
Yeah, 5'11", and that's what really started the rally for him the last round of he and Castillo's fight.
That's a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Obviously one of the greatest of all time. Final minute of round 6.
Yeah, it seems Keith Thurman slide off the ropes there. He does that so well. That's what I love about him. When he really moves around the ring, he moves so well. does it so naturally.
If you're watching this fight and watching these rounds, you might be wondering, I wonder what Sean Porter thinks of this, given that he was in a very close fight with Keith Thurman. We're going to go to Kate and Sean in just a moment after this round. Final 30 seconds, round 6. Barrios strong enough, willful enough, competent enough to not get blown out in this round as he answers back now. Nice, sharp, short punches.
Yeah, it was, but look what Thurman did. He covered up, he closed up the middle on him. The uppercuts didn't work, and now he's coming back with his own flurry. He's really fighting a brilliant fight right now.
2 jabs landed from Thurman. Barrios trying to answer back. Oh, and he snaps him back again. Barrios getting dinged. Let's go upstairs. Here's Kate and Sean Porter.
Thank you, gents. So people at home want to know what you're thinking, Sean. What are you thinking?
Keith's game is all about rhythm, timing, and distance.
To the gents for inside.
All right, Sean, thank you so much. Again, when the top guys fight, it's usually very close. Keith Thurman, even when he was the champ, had close fights with Sean Porter, had close fight with Danny Garcia. Not a big edge there. And even Sean against Terrence Crawford, it ended up being a stoppage, but Sean was winning early rounds, many early rounds in that fight. So Keith Thurman, again, off to an excellent start here through the first half of this bout. Good body work there by Thurman.
I think Barrios is trying to come out this round and make a statement here, because I think Sean's exactly right, and I think we're all on board with it. It's been a dominating performance by Thurman, and Barrios has got to do something. We're in the 7th round right now of a 12-round fight.
And he probably hasn't won a round.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, Barrios doesn't have that much experience that he can really handle when Thurman jumps in with that left hook. Because he's always catching him. A different boxer would wait for that, catch it, and come back with a punch.
Yeah, with either hand. I mean, you can counter on either side if you wanted to, but you got to do something to answer that. Or notice that it's coming and try to catch him with your own hook as he's jumping in with it. Or a short left uppercut, something like that. But he's really not doing anything off of it. He's trying, but I got to tell you, Thurman's being very elusive. Although he's right in front of you, basically, and he's always in striking distance, he's being very elusive. Look at his footwork.
Yeah, he's moving, no question, Joe.
We're at eye level with that footwork, and it's brilliant right now.
Moving constantly. Again, I wondered about the legs from Keith Thurman at the age of 33. That looked borderline low. Kenny Bayless took a close look, but didn't administer any type of warning.
Kenny Bayless, one of the great referees. Look at him. He's sitting back. He's letting this whole drum unfold.
Right, he's invisible. Right,
yeah,
Joe.
I love it. Well, he's been around so long. He knows how to ref.
Only gets in there when he has to. Yeah, Thurman is moving and moving constantly. And if you're thinking if he's a threat to Spence, Crawford, or Ugas, he's going to have to be able to move like this. That's the upper echelon.
Well, I think that's in his nature, is to move, strike, hurt you. He's not a guy that's just going to sit in the pocket and try to, war with you.
Able to move his head and get underneath that shot from Barrios. Final 30 seconds of the 7th round. Again, Thurman outlanding Barrios in this round as well.
Yeah,
12-4.
Barrios is getting a little bit desperate. He has to be careful, because when you get desperate, you're trying to get that shot that's not there sometimes, and you may leave yourself open. So
start reaching or something like that. Yeah.
Landed there, kind of a hybrid hook uppercut, trying with the right hand at the end of round 7.
At the end of the last round, as if, he's not really bothered by any of what's going on right now. And, he needs to act like that. Not only act like that, but he's got to do something about it.
Right. Well, he's going to have to change the equation here somehow. He thought that Thurman was vulnerable up the middle. He thought he got caught straight up the middle now and then, and he'd be able to take advantage of that. He has been really unable to do that, at least at a sustained level. Ooh, a strafing hook from Thurman.
Look at Barrios coming right back, though.
Good body shot by Thurman. Drove back off the ropes.
Ooh.
Missed wild with the hook.
Thurman seen the opening for the hook, so he tried it again. The first one wasn't there, but the second one wasn't there either, but it's going to be there tonight.
Barrios there with the long right hand. And he's got to change things here in order to have a shot. He's got to know that he's losing most every round, if not every single round. And get into knockout territory, it's just very unlikely he'll be able to starch Keith Thurman.
And it's not that he's getting blown out. He's just getting outmaneuvered all night and out-touched.
And you see, I just want to put it, Larry Hazard's scorecard, official score, giving every round to Thurman. We're not just speculating. He's keeping track, and it's every round through 7.
Yeah, Thurman's stepping it up a little bit. He's throwing a couple power punches in there. I think he wants to, call it a night soon.
Blood trickling down from the left eye of Mario Barrios. Again, it would be very exciting if these top welterweights went head-to-head and Keith Thurman was back in this mix.
Oh, he's going to be back in the mix. He didn't work this hard to get in this type of shape.
Oh, there
right
it
hand.
is.
Barrios'
There it is.
His leg goes back.
Like I said,
underneath him.
He's looking to land that right hand.
Thurman planting. Drove him back. Barrios trying to recover. He's been beaten up. You can see it on his face. Now there's blood all over that left side.
Yeah, he's got a cut in the left eyelid, and looks like maybe something on the cheek as well.
Hard right hand by Keith Thurman.
Maybe Barrios was smart to get 10-ounce gloves in this fight, because if those would have been 8-ounce gloves.
Yeah, it would have been a different fight.
Yep. Thurman still with the thump. Barrios tries to answer back. Did he catch Thurman?
No.
Thurman, his mouthpiece is coming out. Exciting stuff. Look at Barrios. Got Keith Thurman in the corner. He must have clipped him with something.
No, Keith is good.
Yeah, no, Keith's good.
Yeah, this is how Keith boxes.
Oh, well, somebody's mouthpiece came out.
No, he actually took it out and put it in his hand. He's just getting a breather.
I think Thurman got caught somewhere moving backwards, and that mouthpiece was coming out, and now it's out. Barrios sensing this is an opportunity, trying to earn a right hand from Thurman.
And the rule is you can't put the mouthpiece until the action stops, and that's what Kenny Bayless did.
Barrios able to answer in that round.
Yeah. Fine.
Body from Manny Pacquiao, took the mouthpiece out and had it in his own glove.
This is the same thing. He took the mouthpiece out to get a breather.
Not a great sign. Punches landed there in round 8. That was in favor of Thurman, but I don't know, Thurman caught him early and then got caught late.
Well, it goes to show you the fortitude of the intestinal fortitude of Barrios. He took some wicked punches that round, came back, landed a great body shot, and look at him. He's ready to war.
Yep. And right at a time, Joe, where he looked like he was bloodied and about to go out, but he's not ready to go out. Landed that hard body shot and made Keith Thurman take a big gulp. Round 9, scheduled for 12. Keith Thurman has possibly won every round. That last round was a fight high landed for Barrios. It landed 16 shots.
Barrios has got 4 rounds to do something really drastic to turn this fight in his favor. He's not going to win it on points. He's got to hurt Thurman, put him down, get a couple points per round.
Well, first thing, he's got to catch up with Thurman. Then he's got to hit Thurman, and both things are hard to do.
But he did something really good. I mean, he stopped Thurman in his tracks with that body shot, made him take the mouthpiece out. That's a beginning. Right. So you go back to the well, you go back to that liver.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done, though.
Yeah, no question.
Because Thurman's very evasive and smart.
But yeah, right. To your point, give credit to Barrios getting beaten down and still firing back, and he's still competitive in this fight.
Yeah.
You can have a decent scrap even when one guy isn't winning rounds, and Barrios likely isn't, perhaps that last round. But even early in that round, and if you're scoring it, yeah, Thurman was, was hurting Barrios early. So you got to do a lot to overcome that. Final minute of the 9th round. Right hand by Barrios. In comes Thurman now, trying to get closer.
Yeah, you can see it too, Brian. Thurman is trying to get closer to land that right hand.
Keeps falling short, though, in a lot of times.
Now getting countered by Barrios.
He's just throwing it out the wrong time. He's got to wait till Barrios gets against the ropes a little bit and then throw it.
Where he's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well put, Lennox, because it's a matter of timing, right? There's a lot of subtlety there in the fight, in the ring. Final 20 seconds. And we're going to go to Sean Porter. There's something to say about that mouthpiece coming out on Keith Thurman again. We've seen that before in his career.
Nice left hook by Barrios and a couple good jabs right there.
That's round 9. Let's go upstairs to Kate.
That's against Keith started at the body.
All right, let's send you back to the boys' ringside.
Oh, yeah, and yet, you try not to take the mouthpiece out, Lennox, to get your jaw broken. You get hit with it, take it out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't be in a whole fight and not get hit. You're going to get hit one time. There's going to be a shot that's going to hurt you. And, you know, everybody's got a weak body and a weak chin. So you just don't want to get hit by that perfect punch to put you down.
Round 10 here, scheduled for 12. Keith Thurman steps up again. Right, they say, no, he doesn't like it to the body. Who likes it to the body?
Yeah, nobody likes it to the body.
That's why you teach guys to keep their elbows in and, you know, they keep it closed up in the middle, because, you know, no matter how good they are, you get hit by the right guy on the liver, and it's a devastating shot.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say they'd rather get hit on the chin than on the liver with a good shot.
You see the body shots landed in favor of Thurman, 24-11. But that was a hard one shot from Barrios in that 8th round. Keith Thurman winning most every round here, though. We've been chronicling this in the return of Keith one-time Thurman again at one point. The welterweight champion of the world, the #1 man in the division after the retirement of Floyd Mayweather, taking over, and now back at the age of 33.
Nice hook by Thurman right there. And Barrios is trying to go to the body with that right hand.
And he got caught right midway when he was going to the body with that hook.
Barrios with the hook, trying to move in. Sometimes the jab, sometimes the hook, trying to get close enough. Unable to have some sort of sustained body attack, even though that is clearly the way to get to Keith Thurman. Right hand by Thurman and a hook. On the way back, and now drills him with another hook.
And Barrios came back and landed a good right hand on Thurman. What does it say that Gervonta Davis knocked out Barrios and Thurman may not?
Look, we've been watching a Gervonta Davis highlight reel all night.
I know.
Right? It's like, this guy lost to Davis. Oh, this guy lost to Davis. Good to see Gervonta Davis. Again, he's a powerful fighter, especially at 130, 135.
Right.
That's amazing. The lightweight division is certainly stacked as well. I mentioned welterweight might still be the top division. Lightweights give them a run for their money.
Not only powerful, but he's got speed. He's got charisma.
Velocity.
Yes.
Yeah. Final 30 seconds, round 10. Barrios off Thurman's hip.
Those type of punches can hurt your knuckles.
Thurman comes up short with that right hand, but he is still on his toes and able to move. Again, the footwork is important. 33 years old at 147 pounds. And able to move and keep himself in position and land a jab. We're going to go to the corner. Let's see what Virgil Hunter tell Mario Barrios with 2 rounds to go.
Get that. Baby, that was your round. Keep it on him, okay? Mario, don't stop your feet when you have success. You got to move in on him again. Trust your conditioning, okay? Trust it. Think of the wall now, okay? Think of that wall.
Again, Virgil Hunter says that's your round. Maybe it's just trying to encourage his guy. Look, it wasn't a blowout. It was 12 punches landed to 8 in favor of Keith Thurman. Able to land that nice hook. And there's the right hand you mentioned, Joe. Able to get that over the top.
Yeah, look, Barrios landed 2 nice things. Had 2 nice sets there. He landed that left hook to the liver and followed up with the right hand, and then the right hand alone.
And it makes sense. Virgil will tell him that, right? Like, you want to build off.
You know what Virgil's got to tell him? You know what Virgil's got to tell him?
Got to knock this guy out.
You got to knock this guy out.
Knock this guy out. Lennox, you got to knock this guy out.
That's all there is to it.
2 rounds to go. Keith Thurman putting most of these rounds in the books, in the bank, and building a big points lead. Larry Hazard has given the 8th round to Mario Barrios, and that's it. So we would expect the judges, Tim Cheatham, Dave Moretti, Steve Weisfeld, to have it very similarly as Larry Hazard.
Yeah, Barrios has got to let it all hang out at this point now. You know, he saw he hurt Thurman to the body. He's landing some good shots here late in the... He's got to just go. He's got to go. He's got to step on the gas instead of, like, stepping back and resetting. Get close, get the pressure on him, follow him, cut the ring off, and keep the punches flowing.
What would you tell Thurman? I would tell Thurman the same thing.
Well, Thurman's so far ahead, I would tell him box smart. You know what? Keep using the jab, head movement. You touch him when you can, and you don't have to, come out of your shoes to land a punch. Just find what's there, take it, and go, because you're 10 rounds ahead right now.
Yeah, don't take any unnecessary chances.
No, you don't.
No, and plus, if you have Barrios lunging ahead, then he'd be putting himself into danger. And Thurman, again, a good counterpuncher, would certainly take advantage. But you're right, the only way Barrios can win this fight is to stop Keith Thurman.
But knowing me, too, I would probably be encouraging my guy, whether right or wrong, to, you know what, let's not let this guy go the distance. I would have been preaching that.
That's what I would say.
3-4 rounds ago,
Barrios getting beaten down, but the spirit is still there. Still boxing, doing his best. Combination from Thurman. Barrios had success with that body shot, but he's never landed more than 2 body punches in any round. So he was able to take the wind out of Thurman with that one shot in the 8th round, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's hard to hit a guy with a clean body shot when they're a moving target right now, and that's what Thurman's been all night. And it's not that he's running. He's maneuvering side to side, left and right,
And a number of questions to be answered tonight, but still there'll be questions to be asked. Again, Keith Thurman can come back and look good and get a win. The next question, though, is, okay, can he beat Errol Spence? Can he beat Terrence Crawford? That's a different question.
Well, you know what? If he needed to get back in the swing of things, this is a good fight to do that.
Right, you've got to answer this. You got to answer this question first.
Absolutely.
Before you move on to the next one.
And you got to give him a chance. He's been off for 2 years,
right.
So you can't expect perfection.
Whoa!
That was nothing.
Thurman spins out, trying to land the hook. Comes right in front of us, and he'll go back to his corner, and his longtime trainer, Dan Birmingham, will listen in.
Good round, last round. Breathe.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing that he's supposed to say, because I would say the same thing if I was in the corner. And I was thinking that when I asked Joe.
12th and final round, the return of Keith Thurman, former welterweight champion. He's won most every single round tonight. And for Thurman, 5th straight fight to go the distance.
Well, Dan said 2 things, like I said 2 things. He said, don't take any chances unnecessarily, but if you get them on the ropes, don't stop punching. It's kind of they're both on opposite sides of the spectrum, those 2 thought processes, right?
Well, but if you get there, then do it.
But okay.
I think he's been in Keith's corner for so long. Keith really understands what he's talking about.
Exactly. Yeah, okay.
I thought it was pretty clear.
We don't understand, but Keith definitely understands.
Well, no. Again, don't take any chances, but don't stop punching. Okay.
He said if you do get him in that position.
If you get him on the ropes.
Good hard shots by Keith Thurman.
No other caveats here, just if you get him on the ropes.
My friend Al Leiter, the baseball pitcher, has long said every pitching coach has told him, don't walk this guy, but don't give him anything to hit.
Right.
You're like, what do you want? I think that's what you're saying. See, I got you, Joe.
I got it.
Barrios coming in now and landing his own right hand. He's only got 1 chance in this fight, and that's to knock Keith Thurman out. However unlikely that would seem. He's been very game. His face all marked up.
That was that touch right hand counter hook by Thurman, and he really rocked Barrios with that.
He's able to step in with the right hand as well after that. Good stiff jab from Thurman now. Still got a lot of time. 1.5 minutes. There's a hook. Landed flush and then a body shot.
See, I love that about Keith Thurman. He knows when to come forward.
He's landed some nice, clean power shots in this round, fellas. Good jab as well by Thurman. Barrios more of a standing target now.
Looking to tee off with that right hand right there, but
Thurman with good energy. Again, he's been out 2.5 years. He's 33. All these things, again, are out there. But he's had good energy, and good energy in this final round as well.
Got less than a minute left. Barrios to do something drastic. I don't know if it's going to happen. It doesn't look likely. But Thurman should still try to close the show with a good performance. Try to land some punches here. Not necessarily go for a knockout, but just
Look, he's made it competitive.
Yeah, finished strong is what I'm saying.
Final 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Thurman lunging in with the left hook. Could he finish this man? Face all marked up, swollen. Beaten down, but not out. Thurman coming back, again, the former welterweight champion of the world. Coming back and making a statement with a win here tonight.
That was nice.
Final 5 seconds. Barrios wobbled somewhat. Firing back to the very end. Good effort by Barrios.
Great effort.
And an outstanding.
To 111. Dave Moretti and Tim Cheatham both score the bout 118 to 110. All three in favor of the winner, Keith one-time Thurman.
The judges had it 10-2 or 9-3. Keith Thurman wins going away, beating a very game Mario Barrios. Keith Thurman getting back into the swing of things and back as a major player at the welterweight division and a star in this sport once again. Let's go to Heidi Androl in the ring.